I have a PhD in plant biology, and I'm a senior lecturer in the School of Biological Sciences at the University of Auckland. And what I'm really interested in for my research is looking at how much carbon trees take up and how much water they use. So I call myself a tree physiologist. I look at how trees grow and as I say, the water uptake that they use. So it's all about the processes that the trees add to the forest system. Now, when it comes to aging the tree, we can look at a number of different ways of doing that. Now, trees that we look at in other parts of the world, we can just measure the size of the tree, and that gives us a really good indication of how old the tree is. But the Kauri trees are really interesting in that they don't actually have a good relationship between their size and their age. Many trees can sit as very small seedlings within the canopy for 50 to 100 years, and obviously those trees are aging, but they're not actually growing. So we have big differences in how fast these different trees grow. So a tree like this one, we never know how long it's been sitting underneath the canopy before it started getting much bigger. So that's one issue. But other issues are the fact that these trees are really responsive to climatic conditions. So they may grow faster in one year compared to another. So from year to year, we get different rates of growth. But in any case, we can look at the age and get the size and get some idea of the age. And there was a project done in the 80s looking at different sizes versus their ages of trees across the full distribution of Kauri. And so this study looked at almost 30 sites, and there were over 100 trees measured in this study. And using this, they sort of established a relationship between the DBH, which is the diameter at breast height, or the girth of the tree, and the age of the tree. And so the aging of these trees was worked out by taking a core from the trunk, and these trees produce a ring each year. And by counting those rings in the trunk, you can get a really good estimate of the age. So they compared the age determined from this method by counting the rings to the size of the trees, and they could put together a relationship. And if we use that relationship, then we get an indication that this tree is over 400 years old, so probably about 420 years old. But there's a lot of error in that relationship because of these issues with the rate that the trees grow at. So it could be anywhere between sort of 250 to 530 years going by that method. But if we look back at the paper and look at trees of similar size that were measured, similar size to this one that were measured in that study, they range sort of between sort of 300 to 1,000 years. So it is very possible that this tree could be, it could be 600 years old, but the best estimate we've got is probably about 400 years.